Okay. Hello everyone. Yep, thank you for coming for this session today, and thank you for being in time. Looks like the others will join us later, but yeah, probably we should start. So today I want to talk with you about the Magento Community Engineering and actually what happens with Magento ecosystem, what happens with the Magento open source, and what we have today. So Magento was like available. And the code itself was available from the very beginning, starting from Magento 1 and like available for the years. We did one important step with Magento 2 when we published it on the Magento GitHub, on the github.com Magento repository. It was a smart move, right decision. The problem with that was, yes, we opened the code. Yes, we enabled like an opportunity for you to report some issues or even submit some pull requests and propose some improvements to the platform itself. But magic didn't happen. And why it didn't happen? Because I believe because of Magento itself, because of our organization, because of how we build our business and how we build our operations inside. Yes, we had this GitHub. Yes, we had all these issue reports and possibility to submit the code, but we didn't spend enough attention, didn't pay enough attention for all these contributions coming from our ecosystem. And unfortunately, that was lasting for several years. And the next thing that we need to do, like in order to improve this stuff, and we did this step in 2017. In 2017, we organized a team called a department called Magento Community Engineering. And the primary goal of this department was, first of all, be open for community, interact with them, give us feedback, collaborate. It's the one part. Another part, it was for me to change how our organization, Magento itself, operates and works, and turn these organizations to the community and be open and transparent in front of them. Okay, 2017 started, and at this point of time we had around 380 pull requests pending on the Magento 2 repository, and we have thousands of issue reports. And we thought that this incredible amount of work for us to review more than 300 PRs, do feedback, accept the code, deliver them to the main line, actually package and deliver to the Magento release. And we thought this something significant. A huge amount of work. We built a team. We chose the 5 the most talented Magento engineers and architects and organized a small team of 5 to drive the community part. And we started doing this. As more we process, as more we collaborate and give feedback, as more community members were submitting more and more code to the Magento 2 repository. And what happens, actually in 2017, during the year, we got more than 2,000 community PRs delivered to the Magento code base. And we thought that this is something incredible, this is something impossible, unbelievable stuff. But 2018 demonstrated that we actually go wrong, because the community delivered 3 times more than the previous year, and we got more than 6,000 PRs coming to the Magento core from more than 1,000 code contributors and more than 6,000 contributors who was participating in the discussions, reviews, reporting the issues, verifications, and accepting emergency code. 2019 demonstrates that we are still moving in that way, and community keep growing and growing year to year. And 2019 is not completed yet, but we already see by the numbers that I believe at the end of the year we will beat the previous one. And this is incredible stuff. So, I have a question for you. I have actually this pretty nice t-shirt, contributors t-shirt from Magento, so that I definitely would like to share it with you. But I would like to get some answers from these questions. So, how many first-time contributors do we have in 2019? So, this is people who actually submitted the first ever PR to Magento in this year. So, if you know the number, just tell me. If not, just try to guess. So, any ideas? 500, good. 800? 700? 300? 600? Yeah, go ahead. 1,000, good. Sorry? 1100, good. Yeah, guys, the right answer is, yes, here it is, 423. So I believe yours? 500 and yours? 300, yeah. I believe, yeah. Actually, these t-shirts goes to you. Yeah, really. So almost more than 400 people who joined this community only this year. Take into account all the thousands that we had the past year. So this community keeps growing every year, and this incredible results that we see from this so active and so productive ecosystem. And so the key point is that, as I said, we started Magento Community Engineering with 5 engineers. We got 2,000 PRs and we realized, okay, it's impossible to handle all this stuff only by this group of 5. We doubled the team, so we had 10 of them, and my team was 10. We was trying to handle the stuff, and we realized that 2018 says 6,000 PRs is also impossible. We doubled the team again, so we got like 20 engineers supporting the track. It's still possible. So we cannot hire as many people as we need to interact with such a big amount of community contributors willing to improve the platform. And we started a new initiative, it's called Community Maintainers. So we realized that there are lots of people out there which are smart, talented, they which knows Magento definition of done and technical vision very well, who knows the functionality and works with Magento every day. So we said, why not? Let's give the all required permissions to these people and let them make a decision if it's a good code, bad code, if this feature should go to Magento or should be rejected, what should go to the next release, and the other stuff. So we did a collab for the community, and we got some requests from these people, and actually we granted all the required permissions for them. And right now we have this group of community maintainers who's doing these communications, feedback, review, and discussions with all community contributors. So right now, as you see, this community, this ecosystem, there is two big parts. The first one is active contributors, developers, who knows what things needs to be changed, what kind of functionality needs to be added there. And there is another group from the same community who actually validate these solutions, who make a decision if we should accept, should reject, should adjust. So right now, there's a natural interaction between these two groups, which make this community healthy and productive. And I have another t-shirt that I would like to share with you as well. And if you can tell me, how many Magento community maintainers do we have today? Just any numbers? 100? Okay. Else? 3?
16?
16? Okay, got it. Any others? Huh? 50? 80? 100 plus. One more chance? No? Okay. Today we have 35 Magento community maintainers. And all these people helping us and helping the others to drive the changes, to drive the code and deliver all this stuff to the Magento release. So I believe your answer was the closest one. So I have a t-shirt for you if you want. Sorry? So what the maintainers are doing? So technically they're doing the same stuff that my team is doing as well, community engineering team. So once someone submitted a pull request or reported an issue on the public GitHub, this team helping the others and the others as well, do the code review, provide feedback, and if everything is good, they approve and accept these changes, means that this code gets merged to the mainline and package it to the next Magento release. If this solution is not good enough, they might ask you for some improvements, for code changes, for some refactoring, or maybe functional changes if needed. Or if it absolutely doesn't make sense, they can simply reject and say, thank you for contribution, but unfortunately we delete this stuff. So what happens next? This huge ecosystem, which have the contributors and maintainers, definitely is the keystones in this ecosystem, but partners is also a pretty important part of it. Magento has hundreds of solution partners, and some of them already signed up for the Partners Contribution Program. So these 115 companies and partners who today working on Magento code changes, delivering the features, delivering the performance and security improvements, and even delivering entire new modules and new features to the platform itself. These 115 companies in total just added another 700 developers to this ecosystem who is driving the product. And we are very thankful to everyone, to the companies, to the individual contributors, and to the maintainers. We understand that all these people contributing to this platform, to this ecosystem, their time, their resources, their ideas. And definitely we at Magento, we are very thankful to all of them, and from our side we would like to contribute back something to this community. So we are distributing educations and certifications. We're delivering like a knowledge sharing with all these people. We're helping the companies and businesses with marketing, support, recognitions, and also we are driving and participating in the community events. Every year we distribute more than 100 free certifications and trainings between community members and contributors. We're distributing, we have this special program, Core Architect Assistance Program. It means when you're working on some specific integrations or establishing like a new stores for the clients, or you're doing some integrations and you're not sure about the solution, or you'd like to validate it with Magento Core team and the architects. So if you're active community members, you can contact us and we will get you in touch with our architects. And our architects team, we continue like more than 120 hours every year on this type of consultations. When the Magento Core architects can work with your team, we want them to validate your solution, to do code review for you, or do some analysis or help with some like a performance stuff if you need it. And also like a community event. So it's pretty important for us like to bring these people all together. So all these community contributors and community maintainers, and for those who are not participating yet, so bring all of them together. So that's why we're distributing like a free tickets for Magento events like this one, for Magento Live Australia, Europe, and definitely for Magento Imagine. And we are inviting these people and sharing the tickets for them to come together and collaborate. And definitely community swag. Everyone of us likes all of this stuff, so we distribute like more than 1,000 t-shirts every year with our developers. Contribution day, that's another important part of this process. So who participated at least once in Magento contribution days? Let's raise a hand. Oh, okay. But just for those who don't know what it is. So contribution day is like a hackathon-like event for the developers. When you have some ideas, what things needs to be changed in Magento, maybe like a bug fixes, maybe improvements, security stuff, maybe just new functionality. And this event when the people can come together, sit and work on something. Okay, and so the key point of this event, and at least for us, is just to share our knowledge and experience on changing the Magento code and on changing the way how it can be delivered to the mainline, and delivered to the next release. Sometimes people have like extremely brilliant ideas, what kind of things needs to be implemented and done. But in a way how it's done, it cannot be a part of the framework, it cannot be a part of the biggest product. And our goal is to teach these people, to share our experience, how to do Magento changes and improvements on the framework level, on the models level, in order to be acceptable for the mainline code. So openness and transparency. So as I said, one of the mission for my department was just to make our organization open and transparent for the community members, for the companies, for the solution partners, and let them drive the business. And one of the things that you asked, it was about what the maintainers are doing. So that's actually the answer. Clean backlog. We had public GitHub with the issue repositories, with the issue reports on the repositories, and there was thousands of the reports. So we went all through these issue reports to validate if they are really the issue, if there's the issue of Magento itself, or maybe there's the issue of your environment installation, browser customizations, or anything else. And so we're going through all this stuff and validating all this issue, and we built this community dashboard where we put all these already confirmed, verified, and triaged issues, so that the other community members can come to this repository, take them, and help the others and contribute back. Smart automation is another thing. So we do understand that we deal with a significant amount of the issue reports and the pull requests, and we cannot give the answer to every question which might appear in this community. That's why we are working on the tooling which help us to drive you as a reporter, or to drive you as a maintainer or code contributor through this process. So once you need some action on our GitHub repository, there is a smart automation in place which guides you what to do next, what you should expect from us, or what kind of things do we expect from you. So for instance, how it looks. For instance, Shika is out one of the active quality maintainer on the GitHub repository. So she's helping the other people and the other issue reporters on the GitHub by verifying the issue to make sure that compliance with everything we need, to show that this is the real issue of Magento rather than something else. Okay, so she did like just assign the issue to herself and with like an immediate automation instruction saying, okay, please make sure this information is present. This is how you can validate it, and this is how you can test it. And if it's really true, you can actually acknowledge the issue, and this issue will go to internal team backlog. Also, we do understand that even simply verify the issues or test your code contribution briefly, it also might be complicated because of your environment, because of customizations, because of your PHP version, MySQL, or anything else. That's why we added this smart integration with our cloud directly through the GitHub. So when you want to try and test even vanilla Magento behavior, just a clean Magento without anything else, you can simply drop a command on the GitHub, like a Magento unit test instance. And usually it takes us around like 40 seconds or 1 minute to deploy and spin up a new Magento instance for you. And we are responding back on the GitHub with an issue admin URL, login password. To be honest, we don't care. We don't care about that. We share this information on public. You can try it, you can play with it, make sure that functionality works or doesn't work. Sometimes it happens. But this instance will be destroyed in 3 hours. So we can release the resources and for the new instance spin up. Internal backlog integration, that's what I said. So before adding the tickets to internal backlog so that our support team, core team, and the other team will start working on it, we want to make sure that all these issue reports are compliant with internal quality standards for every issue report. So we have clear, predefined preconditions, steps to reproduce, what is expected behavior, and what is actually broken in terms of functionality of the behavior. So we want to make sure that all this information are aligned even on the GitHub, and once it's in place, the other automation put all these tickets to our internal backlog so that they are visible for the internal teams and they actually can take and work on this part. Another cool thing that you see, like we have community team and internal team, and they have like different backlogs. But these automations make these 2 backlogs aligned with each other. Once something happens inside, which affects the community issue reports, it will be automatically communicated back to the GitHub and vice versa. When community members work on something which is affect the internal backlog, internal team will also automatically identify that, hey, there is something happened, please go and check what happens there. So we're trying to remove these barriers between community and internal team, and actually do not keep 2 separate teams, but have 1 big team which consists of Magento employees and community members and operate in the same manner. And ecosystem is what I said. So the quality maintainer is another group. So if you're not a developer, even if you don't know like how to write a Magento code, but you have experience with Magento functionality, you know how it works, and you know how the functionality should behave in different scenarios. Yeah, so there's another group of quality maintainers which are not dealing with the code itself, but helping the others and with answering questions and with suggestions if it's like a valid issue report or not. We understand that we have Magento 2 project, like the biggest one, like the central one, but we have another important projects in the community, which is like a GraphQL, multi-stock inventory, Adobe Stock Integration, Media Gallery, and the others. So we built this community portal is like a central hub or the entry point for the new community members. And this portal is like an open source Magento which can share with you like what kind of project do we have right now, who is working on this project, who is the maintainer, what's the communication channels, how to join. We're driving all these projects in public so that you can attend demo meeting, grooming sessions, ask your questions, shoot a question to the architects, product owners, and actually influence this project, how it should be implemented, how the feature should go. And you have this ability to drive what happens with the Magento product itself. So this is how it looks. So on the landing page, you can see all these projects, you can collect your statistic, how your contributor profile looks, so how many PRs you submitted, how many contribution points you earned from year to year, quarter, and months. So this statistic should be available like for individuals, contributors, and for the teams. We do understand that we accept lots of code changes to the Magento code, and we want to make sure that all these changes are compliant with our requirements and that all the changes any new changes just breaks Magento. So we want to make sure that everything works. And this is pretty important for us, for the community maintainers who is making a decision if we should accept or reject this solution, but as well as for you, who is actually submitting and delivering the code to the Magento functionality. You might change something and be not aware of something which happens on the background, on the admin panel, or even on the other Magento editions. So having this functional testing in place significantly help us on that and to give you a confidence on the things that you are doing. The point of another important thing that about the functional test, we also share the test cases and scenarios, how the Magento should be tested, what kind of flows should be valid or invalid, and we publish all these test cases and test the documentation is a hit test that is also publicly available. So if you're not sure how Magento should behave, you can go to the test cases and make sure and check how we expect it should behave in that manner. About the automated testing stuff, so as I said, running the functional test, if some of you are developers and know what it is, I believe you know that this is one of the most heaviest parts of the testing. So it requires lots of resources, it requires a lot of machines, and it's time to execute all these tests. And definitely we cannot ask you, all of you, to execute the function, thousands of functional tests in a local machine, because it will take several days to run this week. That's why we have like thousands of Magento of servers who is running this test for us already in place for the internal teams. And what we actually did, we built this integration between Magento testing service, which is already has thousands of machines who is running this test, and we built an API which allows us to integrate all the code changes that you're submitting from the public and integrate them directly with the Magento testing service. So once you submitted any pull request and want to be sure that everything still works, Magento is still functional, so approximately in 1 hour you will get test results from our infrastructure, and all these test results will be available directly for you on the GitHub. We execute database compare tests like a static integration, functional, integrity, web API, actually all kind of tests that we have. The only thing that is not present here is the performance test, because performance test and load testing, believe me, this is something which requires so many resources, so we want to execute it on every check-in, on every commit to the repository, but definitely we do this before code merging and acceptance and validate performance is still in place. And this, every this test result is if you're aware of how the ALU report looks. So once you click on these test results, you will get these kind of reports which simply shows you what happens, and easily with screenshots, page sources, and other things which will help you to debug and understand what happens with your functionality. So Magento Marketplace is another important part, and so the recent change that we did there is we introduced the Magento coding standard. And right now, on the Magento Marketplace and for the Magento course, actually, we're using the same coding standard. Maybe it sounds reasonable today, absolutely reasonable, but believe me, a few months ago, even last year, it was not so obvious stuff. And we also added support for the Magento functional testing framework for the Magento extension quality program. It is not enforced and required right now, but we are moving to the way when the Magento extensions of the marketplace should be covered with the functional test so that the client is aware of what kind of functionality is broken or everything is good. And also it just gives you confidence once you release a new package and deliver the things, it still works as expected. So community engineering, this is something unique which happened recently with Magento open source during these last 2 years. And I'm really happy to see how this ecosystem and community right now driving like in the self-management mode. Definitely we as a Magento organization, we're trying to orchestrate this stuff and make sure that the community is healthy, everyone can deliver the code, have the voice, and can drive what kind of things should go to the Magento release, what should be rejected, and etc. Right now we have a group of community contributors, we have a quality in place with smart automation, we have community maintainers who actually can make a decision what should be next or what should be rejected. And one missing piece right now, to complete this full cycle is the release itself. And right now we are working on making the model when the community can do releases of the Magento open source. So once this piece in place, I would say the full cycle will be ready, and the Magento open source will be driven by Magento community ecosystem.
just had a quick question for you. With respect to the contribution made by the community, does that become a part of the open source, or is it moved to the Commerce Edition, or what is the practice there?
Yeah. So for the individual, definitely you have access to the Magento open source, and everything delivered there goes to Magento open source edition for sure. Magento solution partners have access to repositories of the Magento Commerce, P2P, Page Builder, and many other things which are private, I would say. But since you have access there and the solution partner has access there, they also do the contribution on that piece of functionality. So we saw the cases when the companies would deliver like entire modules and new features to the enterprise just because it's much easier for the company to deliver the stuff back to Magento rather than paying them on their side. Okay, so I would say yes, community contributions goes mostly to Magento open source, but partners they have access to the B2B enterprise and they can deliver these fixes there, and this happens as well.
Anyone else would like to ask anything?
Okay, thank you.